I was looking through an old shoebox of photographs this morning. The edges of the paper are yellowed, curling up like dry autumn leaves. I saw faces of people who have been gone for half a century, and I saw myself, a woman in her 40s, looking so serious, so stressed, carrying the weight of the whole world on her shoulders. My name is Ruth, and I am 101 years old. When you cross a century, the world treats you a bit like a museum exhibit. People speak loudly to me, they walk slowly around me, and they assume that because my body is frail, my mind has gone to sleep. But from where I sit in the quiet corner of this room, my mind has never been more awake. I watch the generations below me. I watch people in their 40s and 50s. You are in the middle of the marathon. You are trying to build your careers, raise your children, save your money, and keep your marriages together. You are running so fast that you can't even see the scenery. You are exhausted. I know you are because I was exactly where you are. Society tells you that your 40s and 50s are the prime of your life, the time to solidify your legacy, but they don't tell you that most of the things you are sacrificing your sleep and your sanity for won't matter at all in the end. It took me 101 years to filter the noise from the truth. If I could reach back through time and shake that serious, stressed woman in the photograph, there are 7 things I would tell her. 7 lessons that most people only learn when it is far too late to do anything about them. Please stop what you are doing for just a moment. Listen to an old woman. Pay close attention to the 7th lesson, because that is the one that cost me the most tears. Lesson number 1, your career will forget you in a week. In my late 40s, I worked as a supervisor in an accounting office. I thought I was indispensable. I missed my son's high school baseball games because we had an audit. I worked through weekends, through anniversaries. I thought I was building a legacy. When I retired at 65, they gave me a nice cake, a brass clock, and a handshake. 2 weeks later, my desk belonged to a young man named David. The company kept making money, the world kept spinning. But those baseball games, those Saturday mornings with my husband, I could never get them back. Work is a contract, not a family. Do your job, but never trade the people who love you for a company that will replace you before your desk gets cold. Lesson number 2, keeping the peace is not the same thing as being happy. Especially us women, we are taught to be the peacemakers. In my 50s, I swallowed my own voice so many times just to keep everyone else comfortable. I stayed quiet when a friend insulted me. I agreed to host holidays I was too tired to host. I became a master at smiling while my jaw was clenched tight. But keeping the peace by destroying your own boundaries is a terrible way to live. Resentment is a poison you drink yourself, hoping the other person dies. Speak your truth. Let people be disappointed. If a relationship cannot survive your honesty, it was never a real relationship to begin with. Lesson number 3. Health is a crown that only the sick person can see. When you are 45, you think your body is invincible. You eat poorly, you don't sleep, you carry stress in your neck and shoulders like a badge of honor. You treat your body like a rented car. I had a dear friend, Martha. At 52, she always said she was too busy to go to the doctor for a lingering cough. She had to finish renovating her kitchen. By the time she went, it was too late. I am 101 years old, not because I have good genes, but because I finally started treating my body like a sanctuary instead of a machine. Stop glorifying exhaustion. Go for a walk, drink your water, go to the doctor. A renovated kitchen means nothing if you aren't there to cook in it. Lesson number 4. You do not need to have an opinion on everything. This is something I see so much today. Everyone is arguing. Everyone is outraged. In your 40s, you feel this desperate need to be right, to win the argument, to prove your point to your neighbor, to your brother-in-law, to strangers. Let me give you a gift. The most liberating sentence in the English language is, I don't know enough about that to have an opinion. You do not have to attend every argument you are invited to. Let people be wrong. Let them be angry. Protect your peace. Silence is not weakness. Silence is a fortress. Lesson number 5. Your children are not your masterpiece. When my daughter Sarah was in her 20s, I tried to control her life. I thought because I gave birth to her, I knew what was best for her. I criticized the man she married. I criticized her career choices. I thought I was protecting her, but I was just pushing her away. In your 50s, your children become adults. The hardest transition in life is moving from a manager to a consultant. You have to let them make their own mistakes. You have to let them fall. They are not clay for you to mold anymore. They are their own people. Love them for who they are, not for who you planned for them to be. Otherwise, you will spend your old age waiting for phone calls that never come. Lesson number 6. Someday, sooner than you think, you will be the oldest person in the room. We always think there is a roof over our heads. Our parents, our aunts, our uncles, the older generation. We think they will always be there to ask for advice, to host Thanksgiving, to anchor the family. But one day, you look around and the roof is gone. You are the roof. You are the oldest one left. Don't wait until your parents are gone to ask them the questions you want to ask. Record their voices. Write down the recipes. Because one day, you will want to ask your mother how she made that soup or what your grandfather's real name was, and there will be no one left to answer you. And finally, lesson number 7, the hardest truth of all. You cannot save people who do not want to be saved. My younger brother, Thomas, struggled with alcohol his whole life. For 30 years, through my 40s, my 50s, and my 60s, I tried to fix him. I lent him money. I made excuses for him. I cried myself to sleep trying to figure out the magic words that would finally make him change. I wasted decades of my emotional energy trying to row his boat for him, but you cannot row someone else's boat if they are actively drilling holes in the bottom. It is a brutal realization. You can love them fiercely, you can pray for them, but you must release yourself from the responsibility of fixing them. If you don't, they will pull you underwater with them. You are only responsible for your own healing. Looking back from one-on-one, the things that matter are so simple. A quiet morning, a cup of coffee, a clean conscience, holding hands with someone who knows all your flaws and loves you anyway. If you are listening to this and you are exhausted from running the marathon of your middle years, I give you permission to slow down, drop the heavy bags you are carrying, forgive yourself for not being perfect. I sit here in this quiet house, and the days are very long. I would love to hear from you. Which of these 7 lessons did you need to hear today? What are you struggling to let go of? Please leave a comment below. I sit in my chair by the window and I read every single one. Your stories connect me to the world. They remind me that we are all just walking each other home. Subscribe to the channel and let's keep learning together. It is never too late to start living a better story. Thank you for listening to an old woman. Take care of yourself today.